beginning to think that this whole stuff is more political than what it is. But hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Today's video is proudly sponsored by Lerback. So if you're currently in the UK, overseas, or you're a user of Lerback, you can now earn money on Lerback. All you need to do is to download the app, use my referral code and sign up, and also share your own referral code with your friends and loved ones. Each time they download the app using your referral code and also send £50 and above, you get a £10 cash back. Use the link in the description of this video to download the app if you're yet to join Lerback, or if you currently use Lerback for your transaction. Start sharing your referral code with your friends and loved ones, and once they use your referral code to sign up and they do their transaction from £50 and above, you get £10 back. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Well, thank you very much for your time, guys. We all know that there have been so many changes recently in the UK, and I'm beginning to think that this is more political, in as much as I know that a lot of things has changed in the UK. The UK is no longer the way it was when I came in 2011. To be honest, like, a lot has changed. Like, there are so many things that we had access to that I can say that we do not have access to anymore. But now the UK government is tackling this, and in as much as the UK government is trying to cut down net migration, as we can see that the schools as well are suffering. UK universities are calling on international students to come to the UK to study. I know that the UK government is trying to cut down net migration, but at the same time, we don't even know how far this is going to be. Recently, a lot of people have been asking me about CUSs. Before I go into today's articles, just to give you an update of what is going on, some genuine companies have been receiving their CUSs. Their allocations is not as much as it used to be. Now, apart from that, the Home Office as well, they are inviting employees for an interview. I think I shared a video on that recently. Now, after the company have issued the COS, they also want to interview whoever they have issued it to. For the fact that companies are not giving COSs the way they used to give in the past, doesn't mean that they don't have. Home Office is still approving COSs. It depends on the organization you're waiting on your COSs. One of the things I do is to assist people complete their visa form, and I've been doing this. I've been seeing COSs from various companies. So this is not to say the Home Office have stopped. They won't stop approving COSs, but now it depends if your company meets the requirements, and if they meet the requirements, then they will approve their COSs. But like I said in my previous video, after speaking with some employers, they said they are trying to be more cautious, that they don't want to just receive the COSs and start allocating to their employees. But they do have, and they don't want to just start issuing it to candidates just almost immediately. So nobody should tell you that there is no COSs. They are still approving, but like I said, in the past, Home Office was just approving COSs without even doing their proper checks, which is what they are doing now, and it's taking a whole lot of time. And some companies now, before they even apply, they use a lawyer to get all the documents they need to show to Home Office. It could take longer, but Home Office will still approve it. So they are still approving COSs. We all know that the decline in visa application for health and care worker visa and also students caused a lot of concerns, especially with the UK government and also with the economy. Just as you can see on my screen, concerns over 83% decline health and care visa applications. That means only 17% applied for health and care worker visa. I would say from late November last year till about March, Home Office was not approving COSs. But in this new tax year, guys, I have seen, so nobody should tell you that there are no COSs. They are approving, but it depends on the company you got your job with or you're dealing with. Social care leaders has warned of this catastrophic impact that visa tightening policy have had on the sector. As new figures label, the extent health and care visa applications have plummeted in the last year. You can see new figures from the Home Office published this week have revealed an 83% decline in the number of monthly applications for skilled worker health and care visas. And you know why this is happening. If you are even coming on care worker visa, you cannot come with your dependents, which we all know. So now, in the past, if you got the COS and you're coming on the care worker visa. Let's say you have your wife, or you have your husband, and you have 2-3 children. Now remember, the 4 other people would have applied for this, but now just one person who is a main applicant is applying for it. The data also revealed that the 6 months leading up to the policy coming into force, applications halved compared to the previous 6 months. Between April and September 2023, the number of people applying for a health and care visa was 88,800. However, between October 2023 and March 2024, the number dropped by 54% to 40,800. The drop comes despite the fact that care services in England continued to rely on overseas recruitment to plug workforce gaps in sectors that has more than 152,000 vacancies. Just as you can see, during 2023, the independent social care sector recruited 70,000 internationally educated workers into direct care providing roles, up to 50,000 from the year before. When the policy was first announced by Mr. Clevery, social care leaders sounded the alarm that tightening visa rules risked losing thousands of overseas applicants who are essential to plugging workforce gap in the sector. Like, we all know that most of the employees in the healthcare sectors are overseas workers, to be honest. Like, you hardly go to any care company or any healthcare organization without finding more of overseas workers. Now, as you can see, speaking this week, the chief executive of Care England, Martin Green, said the latest Home Office figures had contradicted the government's own estimate of the impact of the policy. Now, with the policy now in place, the sector has been left to pick up the pieces, he explained. So with what the UK government and the Home Office are doing, you can see that the health sectors are complaining because they are really struggling. Even with NHS as well, they are struggling to meet up with demands. So just as you can see, why we all want to see sector that can be sustained by domestic labor, there is nothing to suggest the government's workforce reform have made the sector a sufficiently attractive destination for work such that it can cope with this drop in international applicants. Now, these figures only serve to review the need for meaningful workforce reforms that makes the sector an attractive destination for domestic staff if we are going to shut off the route for overseas recruitment, which for me, I know this is not going to happen anytime soon. From my experience in the UK had always recruited from overseas, so they are not going to put an end to recruiting from overseas anytime soon. It may not come as easy as you want or as quick as you want, but at some point it may happen. I've been in this country for the past 30 years, and like I said, have experienced different changes, and once there is a change, that's the good thing I like about this country, that they review it and they come back to it and see what they can do better. Meanwhile, Unison head of care Gavin Edwards said ministers had made it clear that migrant care workers aren't welcome and that the figures were the stark result. He added the figures were plummeting even before new rules kicked in to make it tougher to get a visa. The situation is now likely to become even more dire for a sector really reliant on its overseas workforce to fill the vacancy chasm. Unless the government gets a grip soon, reforms care and boosts wages for its highly skilled workforce. However, the Home Office have defended its decision to implement policies that aim to cut migration to the UK. Just as you know that is not only the illegal migration, but also the legal migration. Now, the question is, how long are they going to do this? Is this going to impact positively on the health sector or negatively on the health sector? This is what we are yet to find out. Just as you can see, commenting on the figures, Mr. Clevery said the data shows a significant fall in the numbers on the first of our measures to take effect, whilst underlying why necessary actions was taken to cut unsustainable numbers of care workers dependents. This does not mark the end of the road in our plan to cut migration. There is more still to come. Over the coming months, we will continue to show the pace of our progress as we deliver the control the public rightly expects. Like I earlier mentioned, to be honest, lots of change since I came into this country till date. And some of the changes, to me, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, the UK wasn't like this a few years ago. But just to also let you know that the UK government will not completely, when I mean completely, cut off overseas applicants from moving to the UK. Like, they have continued to make things tough, but people are still moving. People are still getting the CUSs. But if your aim is to migrate to the UK, my advice is don't give up. Keep pushing, and I'm sure that one day it will definitely come to manifestation. Just as you can see, all what they are doing is impacting both, well, I say both negatively and positively. Both negatively and positively depends on where you stand. But this can never be the end of international recruitment to the UK, from experience and from what I know. So if you're applying for jobs, try to make sure you do your job application yourself. Try to make sure that you always edit your CV and send. Don't wait for anybody to do that for you, okay? And don't give up. For those who are still waiting for CUS, still get in touch with your company and find out what is happening. But you can see the UK government and the Home Office and everybody's in a confused state. I'm even beginning to think that this whole stuff is more political than what it is. But let's see and hope for the best. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. And if you find this video helpful, please do like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. And if you're yet to join our beautiful family, do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.